Hello, my name is Jessica Donnell, and I am from the University of Wyoming, and I'm going to give a class today on an important leadership skill for my class, Women in Leadership. Today I'm going to cover 9 ways to deal with difficult subordinates. If you are a leader, you have subordinates, and you will always have some problems. Well, if you're lucky, you'll never have problems, but most leaders have a problem at some time with a subordinate. So I'm going to go over 9 ways that you can do things to make sure that you are dealing with them in a proper way to hopefully get them to come around and work the way you'd like them to. The first thing is you always want to listen to them. You want to make sure that if they're having any problems in their personal life or an underlying concern, that you kind of get to know them and you can figure out what's going on and you might be able to help them. We learned that in our Leading from the Front book that we did, and it was written by 2 Marines, and in one story, the Marine had a subordinate that was late for work all the time, and once she got to the bottom of it, there was underlying circumstances in his personal life, and then she was able to help him. The second thing is to give clear behavioral feedback. You always want to be very clear about what you expect, what your expectations are, and what work you want performed. When I was in the Marines and a drill instructor, we always had a joke about telling the recruits to take out the trash. You might find that they just take out the trash. You have to tell them, take the trash out to the dumpster, put the trash in the dumpster, bring the trash can back in. You must be very clear with what you expect. The third thing is to document everything. If you document what you expect and then you document when they don't meet up to your expectations or when you counsel them, you'll have a clear record of everything that you've done. So if it comes to firing, you have that clear record to support you. The fourth thing is to be consistent. You don't want to have a buddy that you allow to do one thing, and then if you have this subordinate, you don't allow them to do that. Just be consistent across the board. It is only fair. The fifth thing is set consequences if things don't change and document it. If you have clear expectations and you document what the consequences are, they should be clear to that subordinate. The sixth thing is make sure you're working through your company's processes. If you have a human resources department, they should have ways to document things, ways to deal with certain concerns that go on. Just make sure you're following your company's processes. The seventh thing is don't poison the well. And what I mean by that is don't bad talk a subordinate. You don't want to have a problem with a subordinate and then talk about them around the water cooler. You just should not do that as a leader. And the eighth thing is to manage your self-talk. When you are thinking about that subordinate, you want to try to be positive, because if you poison your own well in your own head, then you will have more problems with your subordinate. And the ninth thing is you must be courageous. When you're dealing with subordinates, you have to be confident and show courage. Sometimes it's difficult to give them feedback on their behavior and to counsel them, and you just have to be courageous. And if it comes to firing, that takes a lot of courage. So in conclusion, the 9 things are you should listen and get to know your subordinate. You should give clear behavioral feedback, document everything, be consistent, work through your company's processes, don't poison the well inside and out, and have courage when dealing with your difficult subordinates. Thank you.